In the movie you saw a few minutes ago, there was an image of Professor Paul Zak holding a brain. I'm here to tell you that was not the brain of any current or former student. And we have no plans in his lab to put any student in his hands in such a literal way. Okay, having cleared that up, let me say that it is a great pleasure to welcome you to CGU. Now, indeed. Now, you expected me to say that, right? But try this one on. I bet you didn't expect this one. It's also a great pleasure to welcome you into one of Humankind's great inventions, the research university. It's our job in a research university to understand how the world works, to communicate that knowledge, and to use that knowledge to make it a better place. In doing this job, we don't understand the world just by reading about it, but, sidebar, you are going to read and read and read when your studies here, okay? You will read until your eyes go fuzzy and you won't know what the letters look like on the page. But that's not the main deal. We don't just read about it. We're the ones that go out into the field and conduct the studies, or go deep into the archives or the texts, or create the interpretations that help everyone understand who we are as a people at this moment in time, or to help shape what's happening in classrooms around the country, or in public health clinics, or in individual and organizational behavior, or in technologies. We do all that work. And whether you are an MA student headed toward a capstone project where you demonstrate what you've learned here, or a doctoral student headed toward the big D, the dissertation, that is a peer-reviewed piece of original research, you are all, from this moment forward, part of this great enterprise. The work of the research university is your work, starting right now. We do this work through research and teaching, through community and professional service, through practice. We do it by going deep into our disciplines. We do it increasingly by working across the disciplines, because we've figured out over time that by marrying, for example, art and management, religion and politics, psychology and health, on, we can understand the big problems in novel ways, which means we can come up with solutions that nobody's thought of before. It's cool to do this work every day. It's a pleasure to do this work every day. Now, you're excited to do this work, right? You're excited because graduate school venture stands before you, but truth be told, you're also a little uncertain. Can I do this? Can I pay for this? Can I stand this? In response, let me say the following. I know something you don't know. I know this. The primary criterion for admission to CGU is, quote, the potential for academic success, end quote. That you are seated here today means that the faculties in the programs you apply to have already looked you up and down and judged you ready to be successful here. The task now is to get you to the point where you are equally on board with that success, headed toward the goals that you've established for yourselves. I know we're going to talk later in the day in the breakout sessions about how to be successful here, but let me quickly just leave you with 4 thoughts. Number 1, you are entering CGU at a moment in time when one of our trustees last year described as the most exciting time at CGU in the past 25 years. Why? Because we've got a dynamic new president who is shaking the place up and helping us move toward our potential, because we just got through a faculty, staff, student process on campus where we defined how we're going to move toward that potential. What we need to do on the margins here to improve the experience for everybody. We are implementing those changes right now. You'll no doubt hear about some of these things, and you're going to be part of that process where we find new ways to create research opportunities, experiences, different experiences in the classroom and out of the classroom, more funding for students. That deserves a round of applause, right? It's a cool place to work. It's a good time to be here. All right. Number 2, the hard work that it will take for you to earn your success will transform you in ways that you cannot imagine right now. Right? This is the research university. It's the academy. Our ways of seeing and knowing and doing are different and more rigorous than what we experience every day out on the street. That transformation is essential to the way we do our work. It will start to define anew your place in the world. Embrace it when it comes. Help to bring it on. It will be a key ingredient in your success. Third, a few months or years from now, when you stand across the street in front of the faculty and your peers and your families and friends to receive your degree, wearing the ancient regalia of academia, when you say, I paid all this to dress like what? But that seriously symbolizes the connection between what you are doing here and what's going on in similar institutions back to the ancient universities. You will be satisfied in ways that you can't imagine, and you will see in front of you possibilities that you are only beginning to shape by sitting in this audience today. Finally, you are not alone. You're joining 2,000 students, roughly 130 core faculty members who are working in 38 master's fields and 22 doctoral fields, all doing the cool work of the research university. And you have just walked into an intellectually rich consortium of 7 institutions, the Claremont colleges, that expand the resources you have to get on with this work and to be successful. All to say, we're in this together. We are resources for one another. We are CGU. I'll see you later.